Welcome back to Grammar Grade 10. This is Unit 5, Lesson 37, and today we pull everything together. You've met the 3 simple tenses, and you've met the 3 perfect tenses. Now the real skill, telling them apart and picking the right one every single time you write. Let's line all 6 up and look at them together. Let's start with the big picture. A verb doesn't just tell your reader what happened, it tells them when. And the same verb can point to 6 different times just by changing its shape. Take one ordinary verb, paint. I paint, I painted, I will paint. Those 3 are the simple tenses. Now listen to the other 3. I have painted, I had painted, I will have painted. Those are the perfect tenses. 6 forms, 1 verb, 6 different moments. And the trick is choosing the right one for the moment you actually mean. Here is the whole system on one board. 1 verb, paint, across all 6 tenses. The top half is the simple group, and each one just says where the action sits in time. Present, I paint, happening now, or habitually, week after week. Past, I painted, over and done. Future, I will paint, still ahead of me. Now the bottom half, the perfect group. These add a second idea. The action is finished before some other point in time. Present perfect, I have painted. It happened in the past, but it still touches now. Past perfect, I had painted. It finished before another past event. And future perfect, I will have painted. It will be done by a future time. Look at how the helping verbs give it away. Have, had, will have. Now, most sentences hand you a clue for free. Little time words, signal words, point straight at the tense. If you see now, today, or every day, you're in the present. Yesterday, last week, an hour ago, that's the past. Tomorrow, next year, someday, that's the future. The perfect tenses have their own signals. Already, since, for, ever. Those pull you toward the present perfect because they stretch a past action up to the present. Before, by the time, earlier, those call for the past perfect because they set one past event ahead of another. And by, followed by a future time, is the fingerprint of the future perfect. So train your ear, hear the signal, name the tense. Let's put the first tricky pair side by side. Sentence 1. Marisol coaches the debate team. That's the simple present. It tells us what is true today and every week. A plain, current fact. Now sentence 2. Marisol has coached the team since 2019. Same person, same job, but hear the difference. Has coached is the present perfect, and it does something the simple present cannot. It reaches back to a starting point and pulls the action forward to right now. Notice the word that gave it away, since. Whenever you see since, or for, or already, your hands should reach for the present perfect. Here's the pair that trips people up most. Sentence 1. The concert started at 8. Simple past. One finished action, sitting alone in the past, and nothing else to compare it to. Sentence 2. The concert had started before we found our seats. Now there are 2 past events in the same sentence. The concert starting and us finding our seats. Both are over, but one happened first. And the past perfect, had started, is how English marks the earlier of the 2. That's the whole job of the past perfect. It steps one rung further back. So whenever you have 2 past actions, the earlier one takes had. The last pair works exactly the same way, only forward. Sentence 1. Next spring, the crew will repaint the bridge. Simple future. The action simply happens later, and that's all we know. Sentence 2. By July, the crew will have repainted the bridge. Now we've set a deadline, and the sentence promises the work will be complete before that deadline arrives. Will have repainted is the future perfect, and it needs two things: a future moment to aim at, and a task that finishes before that moment. Listen for the little word by, followed by a future time. By July, by graduation, by the year's end. That is the signature of the future perfect. So here's the method. 2 questions and you'll never guess again. Question 1. When does it happen? Past, present, or future? Find the moment and you've cut your 6 choices down to 2. Question 2. Is it finished before another time? If nothing else is being compared, you want the simple tense. But if the action wraps up before some other point, before another past event, before now, before a future deadline, you want the perfect tense from that same column. Time first, then completion. Let's put it to work. In this first set, I'll read you a sentence and you name the tense of the verb. Listen for the signal words we practiced. Pause the video and decide before I reveal each answer. Nora has volunteered at the shelter since March. Look at the verb, has volunteered. The helper have or has plus a past participle. And there's the signal word, since, stretching the action from March up to today. That is the present perfect. The delivery truck rumbles down our road every morning. The verb is rumbles with an S on the end, and the signal phrase is every morning, a habit repeated again and again in our own time. So this one is the simple present. By noon, the bakers will have sold every loaf. 2 clues jump out. The verb is will have sold, and the phrase by noon sets a future deadline that the action must beat. Finished before a future point, that makes it the future perfect. Now we flip it around. I'll give you a sentence with the verb missing, and you choose the form that fits the time the sentence describes. Run the 2-question test on each one before I answer. The film blank before we reached our row. Count the past events, the film beginning and us reaching our row. 2 of them, and the film clearly came first. The earlier of 2 past actions needs the past perfect, so the answer is had started. Elias blank in this town for 12 years. That little word for is doing the work. It measures a stretch of time that started 12 years ago and runs right up to today. A past that reaches into now calls for the present perfect, so the answer is has lived. Tomorrow, the council blank the new budget. The signal word tomorrow puts us squarely in the future. And is anything being finished before another future moment? No, nothing to compare it to. So we want the simple future, and the answer is will approve. Let's gather it all up. The simple tenses do one job. They place an action in time. I paint, I painted, I will paint. The perfect tenses do that and one more thing. They show the action finishing before another point. And you can spot them by their helpers. Have, had, will have. And when you're not sure which of the 6 to use, run the test. Ask when it happens, then ask whether it finishes before another time. Those 2 questions will steer you to the right tense every time. In our next lesson, we'll look at verb forms that show an action still in progress.